All right, guys, we have managed to get my wife to actually do a little bit of content here. All right, to spice it up a little bit. Maybe we'll have a little bit of fun. You excited?
I don't think it's going to be that spicy.
We'll see what happens. All right, don't hold back too much. Anyway, it's about Vaush. You have a general idea, right? You've been listening.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Kind of without being too spicy. What do you think?
I think that he's a weirdo who showed what he has on purpose to be controversial.
You think so too, right?
I just feel like you're in this long enough to be very aware
And be more careful.
and also like know people's perspective, so like you would hide it.
That's what I said. I think that he leaked it to be for on purpose. This is my conspiracy theory. I think he leaked it originally on purpose for attention because Destiny's been blowing up, and he's like compares himself 1-to-1. Like there's even videos of him going like, "Oh, I'm actually doing better than Destiny," and like kind of And then I just don't think that he realized that it was going to backfire like this. I think a big part of it is because like Ethan, there's not a lot of content going on, so Ethan talked about it when he normally probably wouldn't have. He wouldn't have ventured into this sphere. I think it was all. I think he knew this would happen. You know?
I haven't thought about it that much. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
With the whole Destiny thing, I don't know how much causation
They're
there
like he was part of
instead
Destiny's
of
community.
Correlation.
He was part of Destiny's community, and he grew up in that community, and then he disavowed Destiny, and he would like brag about how he's doing better than him at times, and et cetera, et cetera. Like there's a lot of animosity there. And Destiny's been blowing up. Like you got to give him, props for it. And I think that maybe I'm just gooning too close to the sun, but it doesn't matter. Let's just get the actual video going. This is from some guy named President Sunday. I don't know who it is, but people said I should watch it. This is one of like we're gonna say this is Vaush's biggest, most powerful orbiter. It says he can't defend Vaush anymore. So let me know when you want me to pause it, and we'll go crazy. Let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear it?
I want to start by saying that I am genuinely saddened.
This sounds like Vaush, though.
I'll explain.
Is this guy going to show his face?
No, I don't know.
Or is this Vaush?
I don't know if he shows his face. I think that some people don't show their face, which is weird to me, to be honest with you. I feel like, show your face, man. Like, just let us know you're ugly, you know?
By the end, why I feel
Do I sound like Vaush? Oh, my God. You better. The only answer that was acceptable would have been
when people say
no.
that, like, oh, you're like Vaush. No, you're not. You're not. It makes me so
angry. It's
angry.
the only slur that upsets me.
It makes me so angry.
People come in here and say I look like Wings of Redemption. I think it's funny, but Vaush, I can't handle it. I'm more handsome, right?
Well, yes, you're handsome, but you're also not fucking dumb. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him. Okay.
Oh my God. Well, he uses big words. That's why he's smart.
Yes.
You know.
I have to make this video.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to keep it brief.
Nice.
So we'll just get right into it.
I prefer boxers, personally.
Nice.
On February 6th, while streaming, Vaush attempted to save an image from his internet browser, and this automatically brought up a folder to the screen featuring explicit pornographic images of anime girls, some very clearly underage. This was...
You know what his defense was?
What?
He was looking at short stack of goblin porn.
Yeah, I've heard that said on your stream a couple of times in the past few days.
Yeah, that's the
What
meme.
does that mean?
Like, do you remember when I played World of Warcraft and there's like goblins and like gnomes in there?
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, I could understand that.
I would look at that. I do look at that sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, no, the picture was very clearly a child.
Yeah.
You know, and then one of them was like, I don't know if it was the same one. One of them was like this VTuber. You know what that is? It's just like a weirdo that puts the, and it's with canonically they're 16, I think, but it actually looks like a 10-year-old. You know, he's looking at that kind of stuff. Short stack thick.
Okay.
Streamed to his entire audience.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
And with an audience of Vaush's size, in no universe is something like this not going to spread everywhere. And 3 days later, Ethan Klein on the H3 podcast...
Again, I don't think Ethan would have talked about it unless he was like bored. And now he's talking about it and he's like, oh, this is weird.
Spent 2 hours of a live stream exposing the leak
Because it is a little old,
50,000 concurrent viewers, and went over what can be diplomatically described as optically unsound clips from Vaush's past in which he discusses issues surrounding child pornography and lolly content.
Now, I've given you kind of an up-to-date on like that stuff, right? Like the old stuff that he used to say. Or do you mean like?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so just to be really quick, like one of them was his take, instead of just saying the take like, hey, when it comes to getting parts for your computer or chocolate, sometimes there's child labor involved, which is child abuse, and I feel like we should care more about that if we do care about CP. This is a boring take. Obviously, nobody would be disagreeable with that. Instead, he says, if I want to be morally consistent, you should be able to consume CP because it's like they're just as bad equally. Right? That's his provocative take for Twitter attention, in my opinion. He's got one where, I mean, hopefully explains more of the context, but where he's talking about like there could be a relationship where a child and adult interact where the child benefits sexually in this like long-term relationship kind of a thing. Yeah, it's one of them. But
he said benefits sexually?
He says in a relationship with an adult and a child, a sexual relationship with an adult and a child, the child can benefit overall, my understanding of the take. But most of the time it wouldn't happen, so we shouldn't do it. But it could happen. That's one of the takes that he has. Again, I think a lot of this is like provocative stuff. That's pretty much where we're at with these different things. And then having the lolly in there probably reinforces the yuckiness, you know?
Yeah, I guess I just think that like I don't put value to those takes. I just think that he's a dumb asshole, and I don't.
But you know what I think? My understanding is a bachelor's in sociology or something. So I think what he did was this was like years ago. He went to class, and his teacher said something, and he said, "Oh, I learned a new thing today." You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Vaush immediately scheduled a stream afterwards, at the beginning of which I posted to his live chat that he should seriously consider whether this was a wise decision.
Whoa.
Obviously, he didn't take this seriously as he went on to...
I mean, I don't know if he saw it, to be honest with you, brother. But
try and explain away the presence of the underage content on his computer by claiming, and I kid you not...
I think this guy's the president, by the way. That's his eyes and his mouth. I just realized that. So
he mistook it for short stack goblin hentai.
This is one of the reasons why stuff like this is impossible to clarify, because even talking about it comes across as like crazy defensive or whatever, right? But what else am I supposed to do? Let people like Ethan Klein lie and say that it was all like a folder full of lolicon, or just...
He never said that. He said he would talk about like 2 pictures in general, but then it was in a to be sorted document, so the assumption is that there's probably more.
Here's my question though.
Yes, sir.
Like, what is the like? Do people save stuff to their computer?
Apparently he does. I don't get it. Why not just incognito it?
Well, I don't incognito anything, but like
We also use
I
your phone.
message myself on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to my Twitter messages. Like I feel like that's weird.
How many of that is a short stack goblin porn?
None, actually. That doesn't come up in what I look at.
What is it? Mostly fat girls with fat pussies that masturbate? That's what I thought.
You're fucking shut the fuck up.
I'm gooting.
But I don't know.
Is that normal for women to like to look at
weird
that?
behavior.
Yeah, it's very bizarre behavior. And since
especially like you don't, because my other thing is like you don't have a different computer.
Yeah,
Vaush,
right.
You only have your work computer. Like, why would you be looking at your...
Bro, I don't look at
stuff
any
on your-
pornography on this computer at all.
Yeah.
I just don't do it. It just feels like, why would I shit where I eat? Like, I'm trying to be a professional here.
Yeah.
So...
just explain it, you know? Anyway, one of the 2 images just flatly didn't look like lolly. I don't give a shit. Like cope, diamond, I just don't care. Like disingenuous shit, you know? The other
You could have censored them and like tried to show them on the stream, I think.
one
Maybe not.
is like a threesome with 2 chicks and a guy. And in retro...
Oh, yeah, there's also horse stuff, too. And like drawn horse stuff. I mean, I don't really care about it, but that is part of it, too. Like huge horse cocks. And...
I don't care.
Respect looking at it, knowing now that that artist is a
I just do what old people do in the library, and I just take pictures of it on my computer with my phone. I'm just like, boop, you know?
lolicon. Yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing. You know,
He thinks that the vibe is. I just feel like you just put this in your folder. How do you think that's what you thought? I would be more for. I know it's a little nitpick, but
what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn. You'll have to entertain me for a moment on this presumed shared knowledge of how goblins get drawn in pornography. But you know how they're all like thick short stacks, right? That was the vibe that I got, because in the image, the girl that's shown has super thick legs and has like tits and a belly. So that's just the vibe I got. But now knowing that the artist is a lolicon, which I have been roundly reminded of, obviously knowing that it was intended to be a lolly drawing. So
I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like, how do you not know?
Yeah.
There's no way that you can't be like, no, you know what? That's actually, looking back, I could see it. That's like 10. Like they look like 10.
Yeah, no, and I've told you this before in my Twitter activities. Like, I've accidentally come across something, and I'll look at it for a second and be like, this is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And like I can't look at anybody else's at that person's Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
In Vaush's defense, it makes him uncomfortable too because his dick gets so hard in his pants.
But like, I mean, in all seriousness, I actually haven't like really watched much of your. I've watched more of like the Ethan coverage via your stream rather than listening to him talk about anything.
Yeah.
And as always, like, I just don't understand why he's talking about it.
Why? What do you think would be like the appropriate response?
I don't know. I feel like you don't need to like. I don't know.
Because he got blasted on H3. So like, what would you have done at that point? I feel like he had to respond.
I don't know. In my personal opinion, maybe I sound like you know that meme where it's like the fucking fat person on the couch like shoveling popcorn into their mouth watching true crime, and they're like, oh, they left a fingerprint, and then the person's like, fucking idiot, you know, like maybe I sound like that right now. But like, I just feel like it's, if something happens, right, where you get caught doing something or whatever, and like you really don't, and you're really not guilty of something, it's better to just say something briefly. Just like a short, nice thing to say, instead of just like sitting there defending, explaining everything. Because with every word you use to explain yourself, you're just digging a hole.
Yeah. So like, what do you think you should say? I'm just wondering, just in case my lolicon folder gets leaked. What's the avenue? Hey guys, I know I had really weird takes about CP back then, but that was during my fucking debate pedophile, that's what people call it, days, like debate lord days. You know, and they're a little bit out of context, but like that's my fault. And when it comes to this, like I can't really explain it. Like, I'm not into kids. Maybe I like the character from the anime or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
I don't know. But I grew up watching them when I was a kid. What's the morality on that? Like, let's say you used to like Misty when you were 13. What's the morality there? Pokemon character. I was like Jessie. I think she's like 25. Got big tits. And her best friend's gay, so you know it's easy access. But she probably wants to date him. Because you know how it is. Like, you know, you when you're younger and you don't realize you're gay, and then like the boy and the girl fall in love, kind of. But like, then the gay guy's like, oh my God, I actually don't like vagina. But you guys like slept together, so like you think it's your vagina, but it's actually isn't like any vagina, so you feel self-conscious, and then like you just have like a spiral out of control, you know? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think I'm trying to think of an example for myself. I guess when I was little, I remember when the movie The 13th Year came out, and I remember standing in my living room and counting on my fingers and being like, oh my God, he's 8 years older than me.
How old were you?
I don't know, what the hell is 13 minus 8? 5? And I was just like so in love with this kid. And then, like, if I see that movie come up now, I'm like, oh my goodness, like he was so cute.
Back
like
then.
I had if I saw it now, I'd be like, oh my goodness, he was so cute. I had such a big crush on him.
Yeah.
And I could like still feel those feelings of how cute I thought he was.
When you were 8.
But
or
other
5.
than that, like as a child, I liked older men.
Yeah, true.
My first crush was Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know, can't relate. Male behavior.
Male behavior to still be like actually attracted to that. Wow. Okay. Incredible. Great.
So like that's how it is, right?
And I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I mean, I watched the back and forth between Ethan and Vaush.
Who is this guy putting so much energy into this? Like, I didn't say anything here. Vaush didn't listen to me. Not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, this guy. Okay.
Vaush on stream. I even criticized Vaush and Ethan when their arguments were bad, and most of them were, but I didn't do what I normally would do and make a judgment. I didn't condemn Vaush. I didn't believe he was that person.
Which person? Can I just say, all the writing's on the wall. This guy's a fucking creep, right?
Yeah, like he is a weirdo.
You
like he
always.
Like anything like he like can possibly do, I feel like wouldn't really surprise me.
No, like he's pretty. You read him pretty quickly. Like he's just a fucking pseudo intellectual who likes to use big words to make it seem like he's smart. He likes to have hot, provocative takes, and he absolutely hangs around. When he was younger, he probably hung around like parties, waited for girls to get drunk and hit on them. That's not your take, of course. It's my take.
He's
You
probably like, he's that guy, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You think that he's the kind of guy that showers and uses fancy cologne, or just like bathes in Axe body spray?
What?
What do you mean?
What did you say?
Are you think he's the kind of guy that like showers and actually wears like expensive cologne, or do you think that he bathes in Axe body spray?
No, I don't think that he bathes in Axe body spray.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's okay. I'm just wondering. That's a compliment to him. That's the most of a compliment he's gotten this entire time from anybody.
So I waited for Vaush to say something else, something that would fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was hoping Vaush would say. I guess I really was just hoping for some explanation. And even when he gave one,
Goon too
and it
close
was
to the sun.
completely unconvincing, I still waited. Because people often say stupid things when they panic, things they later go back and correct when they've calmed down, right?
Yeah.
And some people, when faced with something awful, wait, like me, hoping for an explanation that will make things make sense in a way that makes the awful situation go away.
I can see why this guy's friends with Vaush.
I don't know what I was hoping for. I can't fathom now what he could have possibly said. In retrospect, maybe there wasn't really anything that he could say that would make any of this better.
What if he just started dabbing? Kind of cool.
But I waited.
Is you a Fortnite L?
And Vaush went with goblins.
Yeah, goblins. They weren't even green skinned. That makes us racist for pointing that out, though. Fuck, the goblins don't have to have green skin.
There was a moment in Ethan's second stream on the Vaush League where Ethan pointed out that
if you're friends with someone in real life and you have history and you have rapport, and if something comes up that's really, concerning, you would talk to your friend, right?
Sure.
But these are not my friends. These are people online.
They were claiming to be Ethan's friends because he had the girl Keffels on his show once, and then talked to Vaush a little bit in DMs. By that logic, Ethan and I are friends because we talked in DMs a while ago, like when I was on TikTok.
I'm so confused.
That's what he's referring to. Is that like he's saying that I understand? Like basically, I understand why if you're a friend of his, you'd want to talk to him in private. But they were making the argument that like Vaush is his friend, Keffels is like these people are Ethan's friends because he's talked to them a little bit in DMs.
And what?
That's it. I'm giving context.
I'm so fucking confused, though.
All right.
So did somebody say that Ethan should have talked to him in private? Is that what?
All right. Let's just listen to the clip.
I'm confused.
All right. Let's keep going.
Right? But these are not my friends.
Like, yes, he's saying that like it's not his responsibility to talk to them in private. That's what he's saying.
Oh, I don't
These
care.
are people online that I know.
Right.
And even saying I know them is kind of stretching it.
Yeah.
Like,
that horse asshole.
it's not. This is not what you think it is.
something clicked in my head when I heard this. Like this line was directed at me. Obviously it wasn't,
Like the Vegeta.
but it kind of felt like it. You see, I realized that I wanted to give Vaush a few days. Not simply because I liked Vaush as a person. Vaush has done genuinely good things for people in the community, from helping to raise funds for good causes or for friends in need,
I like raising charity a lot, so people think I'm a good guy, actually.
to defending friends when they're publicly attacked. This is someone who, in my world, in my corner of the internet, has come to matter. And it's really hard to watch someone who has come to matter to you, whose well-being you've come to care about, turn into something that disgusts you.
Okay.
And it's hard to have a friend come under attack. But
People are saying Vaush said that Ethan should have talked to him in private because they're friends. That's the context.
Sorry, I'm having low. My brain's not working.
Why? Your brain's
Just took me a minute to process.
Your brain's rotting right now. We've only 5 minutes into this video and your brain is rotted.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
kind of fair.
These are not my friends.
Mm-hmm.
These are people online that I know.
Right.
And even saying I know them is kind of stretching it.
these
That's
are not my
fair.
friends. These are people online that I know.
Yeah.
And even saying I know them is kind of stretching it.
Yes.
I realized I was thinking of Vaush as a friend, when in reality we had only talked a couple times.
Don't laugh at this.
Okay.
Person.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. You make me so much. Oh, you make me a lot better of a person.
I know.
Well, I love you. You're a wonderful, beautiful woman.
I love you.
Listen. All right. I was gonna be so mean. I'm so sorry. I love you, Dad. Listen, guys. You have to have a higher value of what a friendship is. I have probably a higher than most value of what it means to be a friend, or like a boyfriend or a girlfriend and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about that before. But I mean, somebody that you've talked to a little bit in DMs, that's not like your friend. Okay, like this is not. You know what I mean? Like you're an acquaintance. You know of this person. You're not a friend of this person. You know, and I think that's like parasocial, I guess, a little bit, where you're like, oh, this big content creator gave me some attention, like we're friends now. To him, he's just sitting there like kind of brushing you off. For the most part, he's trying to be, maybe he's being a little nice by interacting with you, but he's mostly just like, bothered.
Well, that's what the crazy thing though is about streaming. Like, it's one thing to post videos and then for a person to watch that video and like write a comment and then the creator like it or respond to it. That's exciting. That's fun, right?
Yeah.
But when you are streaming, it's like almost like FaceTime. Like you feel like how many of the people in chat today are people that you or we talk to every single day?
Yeah, but we talk to them every
know?
single day. I feel like he doesn't get that type of attention from Vaush.
Probably not as deep, no, but it's
We're
still,
real friends, guys.
Just...
Keep giving me money. I'm just kidding.
But it's just like, it's crazy. Like streaming really does develop, I think, such negative relationships with people who don't leave their house.
I wouldn't call it negative. I would say that it can have negative attributes. I think that people are less social now, and streaming kind of takes the place of that. I think that's the only reason why I'm popular.
Yeah, I think that's a negative.
The only reason why I have some of a pop. Okay, no. I think the negative is people aren't social. I think that this could potentially be a positive in some ways for that. Right, like that's like I was saying. I think that's the only reason why people consume me is because like I'm just kind of a normal dude on the internet and I talk and interact and engage. But if you're somebody who lives in, like, your life is a little bit antisocial because of a lot of the things that are going on, people don't really go out as much anymore, and, you know, things are closing down around you, blah, 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 blah. You come in here, you can still get, like, you can kind of subsidize some of that personal relationship in here. You come in, you have friends, you chat, you know. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's bad when you get to the point where you think that, like, these people, you have to make sure you value them on the proportionate scale.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's all negative. Don't ruin my money cow here. No, I don't think it's all negative. I think there can be positives to it.
No, I think that the one thing that is positive about your work is that you are transparent.
Yeah.
And that, like, you do, I think, like you said, like, you communicate, I think, more thoroughly.
Well, I said very, very stern boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't feel like talking about it. I think it's negative.
Yeah, I just look at the people in the chat that have become friends too. That's like when I used to go on AIM and I used to make friends on AIM, and they turned out to be older men saying they were young girls, and then they send pictures of myself.
No, like finding friends and communities is better, but like the watch or two content creator, I think, is where that negativity grows, and it just has moved to like a new, different, weird place very quickly within the past few years.
Yeah, I agree. I think it just needs to. I think the boundaries need to be set better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I was emotionally invested due to the way our communities seem to be entangled, not just politically, but emotionally too.
A Disney reference.
People in my community genuinely care about Vaush, and this whole complex of entanglements rubbed off on me, and it impacted how I regarded Vaush as an individual. During the H3 stream, and even my own watching it, Vaush's community were there defending him, for the same reason I was waiting. Vaush is a friend, someone who has done good, someone who is genuinely...
Didn't he just say that he wasn't a friend? I don't know.
...beloved by his community. Someone whose stupid, thoughtless edgelord takes have forced that community to defend him again and again, to bear the weight of protecting his reputation. This has happened so many times and has been going on for so long, it's become reflexive. People just jump in to defend him, like they're protecting a friend. And so now, when through sheer carelessness and utter stupidity, Vaush has posted real evidence that he hoards drawn pornographic images of underage girls on his computer, his community is right there jumping on grenades defending him because he's their guy.
Just like Bruno Mars. I'll catch a grenade for you. And Ariana Grande that one time. I think it was in Paris.
No. That was bad.
I'm so sorry.
You know, she has like PTSD after that.
Really?
Like, she feels so incredibly guilty for that.
That's terrible.
It is. It really is.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Now she's dating SpongeBob.
What? Oh. Catch that shit with your chest. Babe, that's terrible. What a terrible
You're
thing.
going to hell. I'll see you there, but you're going.
I'm gonna be with you for all the rest of our lives. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna haunt you if I die first. And
That's
you better
the
haunt me.
goal.
That's the goal.
Oh, if I die first, I'm not leaving.
Good.
I'm
Good.
staying.
Good. Remind me.
He's their friend. But he's not. Which is why he's happy to let them do this even though they can't win. The evidence is crystal clear. He posted it himself. The grenade he pulled the pin out of wasn't for us. It wasn't for his community. It wasn't for me. It was for Vaush. And right now he's watching.
You've heard of a lolly Khan. Have you heard of a lolly bomb? Pulls the pin out of the grenade. Throws it. Hey, pretty good.
Watching everyone else jump on it for him. He would watch you and me do the same. Because Vaush, I realize now, is the type of person to allow his fans, this huge community he's built,
Yeah.
to destroy themselves in his defense. To get slapped with labels like pedophile and child pornography and lolly defenders, to be made into jokes in front of the entire world. Also, he can avoid doing what he should have done as soon as that folder appeared on the screen. Take responsibility for the disgusting images he put on his work computer and then broadcast on.
Yeah, just put the disgusting images on your personal computer, you know?
Yeah.
You shouldn't, but I mean, not to be an asshole. If you're going to do something gross shit, hide it better. You know?
YouTube for everyone to see and bear the consequences himself like an adult. Vaush isn't a friend. He's not your friend or my friend. He's someone we've watched, talked about, maybe talked to once or twice, but I don't know him. And you probably don't either.
Yeah.
This is a guy who makes money doing a performance. The leaked images in Vaush's folder have no excuse. His self-interested behavior since the
I think somebody hacked him.
I think that this is Vaush.
What do you mean?
Listen to it. Is this not like his voice?
I don't know.
I think it's him.
You think it's him just like trying to build up a new profile? Wow, smart Vaush.
leak has no excuse either. And his claims that people have only accused him of
Maybe this is Vaush if you used AI to make a video about Vaush.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's why there's no face. The tearing.
pedophilia and defending underage pornography as part of a reactionary conspiracy to take him down have been shown to be bullshit. And I honestly feel so sorry for all the people who are reflexively defending him now.
Somebody asked if I passed away, would you remarry?
Absolutely not, because I won't even be here to do it. He's gone, and I'm fucking gone too, bitch. Bye. I can't do it.
I think I would go to Thailand with my remaining money and just develop some kind of an addiction, and then just kind of I'd be out in like 6 months probably. Because I don't have it in me to do what you could do, you know? To like,
Yeah, I would be scared, but nothing could be worse than facing all this bullshit without you, bitch.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Beautiful.
The people who have made
What a toxic relationship we have.
Yeah, but it works for me.
But it works for both of us. It's an incredible thing.
the good things attributed to Vaush possible, who actually have made them happen, and who are being dragged down into the dirt with him, also that he doesn't have to lie in the bed he made, all by himself. The people who are setting themselves on fire to keep him warm as he lets this continue.
Oh my god. What a poetic thing to say.
I said that I was saddened to make this video, but I want to clarify that I'm not saddened for the loss of Vaush. In reality, Vaush is not important. He's barely even there.
True. Very based.
Vaush is a cartoon character
Same though.
played by a man named Ian Kaczynski into his webcam.
The guy's name's Ian? Come on.
Bro, Vaush's name is Ian? Is that what he just said?
I think his name is Ian Kaczynski.
Oh my god. Oh, that's literally
Ian.
so close to a fucking Model UN kid that, like, his name that I went to high school with. Oh my god, I'm dying at that. I hate it. Ah.
The only Ian I know, it works for a circus now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
I know somebody
You know what he?
who
You know
works
what he?
for
You
a
know what he
circus.
does for the circus though?
What?
He does. You know how you like will walk up and you'll sit down and they'll do like the caricatures.
Okay.
He'll do the caricatures, but he draws them in like a style where they're like short stack thick, like goblins. That's what he does. That's his
Oh
role.
wow, I have an actual story.
Okay,
I don't
go
know if have I talked about it on stream before.
I have no idea.
So when I was 14, I was a camper at summer camp,
Okay.
and there was a 16-year-old camp counselor. Okay,
And you know
14
what,
and 16.
Okay. All right.
All right, but I was talking to him, like we were texting,
Oh my
like
god.
we liked each other. And I was talking about it to my friend, and some girl that was on my campus overheard and was like, "You're talking to Sam?" And she was like a little kid. This
Okay.
bitch ass little girl told her camp counselor. The counselor told our director and got, oh shit, I said his name, whatever, and got him in trouble.
Yeah.
And so
That's probably
after
the right
he got
thing to
in
do.
trouble, like he got fired or whatever.
Probably the right thing to
We
do.
kept talking.
Oh my god.
Every once in a while, we kept talking, like touching base with each other. And a few years later, he was like very Jewish,
Oh.
and
too.
he got like in trouble with his family. And from my understanding, like I think like he started, like he was in trouble before, then he got in
Okay.
trouble and got fired from his job from talking to me. He got in more trouble. They sent his ass to Israel to like live there, and he lived there for a few years. And
How many
still,
Palestinian kids do you think he's killed?
well, he's back here and he's
Oh,
joined a circus,
sh-
or he had joined a circus at some point. But that's how that connects. Isn't that story crazy though? I
is
remember, like, I
interesting.
texted him and he told me, I can't remember what it's called, but like I'm gonna be completely wrong. It's like on Fridays and Saturdays, Jewish people have to shut off all the electric or something.
I don't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not,
but I
I'm
remember
not
him texting me
religious.
and being like, I shouldn't be talking to you. It's like lights off time or whatever they do, you know?
Oh, God's watching him goon. with
And then
you.
I looked him up on Facebook a few years later to be like, what is he doing? He was in a fucking circus, bro. Crazy.
Damn. You would have married that guy too.
Nah.
Damn. Wow.
Crazy.
It's interesting. That's very interesting. What do you think about the little girl that reported this relationship? Do you think that she wanted to follow the rules like a good person, or do you think that she was jealous? Just had
She
a
was
little
not
bitch.
jealous. Fucking fuck you, Taylor. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a core moment
Yeah.
because now we're married.
Vaush doesn't do anything. The people in Vaush's community are the ones who do things.
Hmm.
And I'm not just saddened, but angered by the fact that Vaush has again betrayed and sacrificed them all on the altar of his self-interest and pride. And it isn't just Vaush's community that he's thrown under the bus.
Said the Orthodox Sabbath observing Jews were not allowed to turn on the electric stuff. Okay, is that like once a month or something, or once a year, or is the Sabbath every
No,
week?
it's literally like I don't know like technical terms or anything, but I think it's like Friday and Saturday. Or Friday into Saturday. I don't
Okay.
know, but it's like it's actually really cool. There's like this woman on TikTok
doesn't
that
sound
shows
cool.
how like
It's insufferable.
I think it has to do more with light. I don't really know, but I know that she does something to her refrigerator so that like she tapes the thing so that when she opens the fridge, the light won't go on.
How come the Palestinians should just attack at dawn? Attack on the Sabbath. That's why they called it Black Sabbath.
Damn, 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 damn. Is that Black
That was
Sabbath?
Metallica. I like how I got that instantaneously.
Vaush has positioned himself as a large public representative of a range of really serious causes that people are invested in, from trans rights to the Palestinians currently being massacred in Gaza.
Based.
How the
Just kidding.
enemies of these would love to be able to
I'm
point to
sorry.
a large community like Vaush's and point to them mockingly as pedophile enablers and child pornography defenders.
Just to be clear, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about your community. I don't think any like person that matters is going to point to you and go, "See, this is why Gaza's bad."
Like he has allowed them to be framed as. Vaush has delivered the right wing a propaganda goldmine. This is not just internet drama. This is serious business. And Vaush isn't stupid. I know that he
Well,
knows better.
I think it's debatable.
And frankly, I'm furious that he has chosen to put his own self-interest first, at the expense of his community and the things he claims to stand for at every turn. Vaush's community does not deserve this.
Sundown Friday to sundown Saturday? That's ridiculous.
He
Those are fucking proper gooning hours.
benefits from their support, and he benefits from his position as a public figure with a large following representing progressive causes. Vaush has a basic responsibility to prioritize these. He owes them better than this. I will not be throwing myself on a grenade for Vaush. Vaush is just a guy. But the parasocial relationships that people like Vaush cultivate in their communities make it so that one person's stupid, selfish decisions can undermine whole movements. Which is insane. Everyone pays for what Vaush has done, except Vaush.
I think Vaush is paying for it, to be honest with you. He's lost some followers and he hasn't posted in a few days, probably stressing out. So,
And I am making this video because even by just trying to be fair and to give him a chance to explain himself, I have been accused of parasocially defending Vaush myself. But the thing about parasocial relationships is that it's extremely hard to tell you're in one from the inside. And the embarrassing truth that I've come to realize is that even though I haven't defended Vaush, my reluctance to condemn him for what everyone can see he has obviously done is absolutely due to that same parasociality.
you think this is kind of gay?
I'll have my final thoughts
Okay.
in a moment.
Which you
A
never
lot of energy here, I feel like, for a bunch of internet characters, myself included.
realize is there when you're the one in it. I was giving him the kind of generosity you would give to a friend. No more.
But he didn't pick up the phone, so I wrote him a letter. That's actually this interaction from President Sunday was what the song "Stan" was based off of. Eminem wrote. Dear Vaush, why didn't you? I don't know the song particularly well. My mom took away my Eminem stuff when I was younger because it had curse words in it.
Did she really?
Yeah, and then she censored the curse words, and I was like, "This is stupid," so I didn't look at it anymore.
I love Eminem. Sometimes when he was still working where he worked, when we were on the phone, I would out of nowhere start fully rapping Eminem to him, and he hated every
I
second of
hated
it.
all of that. That's fucking terrible.
You want me to do it?
No,
I won't stand by Vaush's
I was
decisions,
about to go
which
in.
have been selfish and
go do it.
irresponsible.
Go ahead, do it.
No.
No, do it. Be going. Go in.
No.
Go rap for us.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Do you want to see me take Nine Inch Nails on my
Go,
island?
no, commit to it. Be better about it. You see? Fucking
No,
called
I
her
can't
bluff.
do it. I can't
Called
do
her
it
fucking
now.
bluff. Called her
I
bluff.
can't do it.
Responsible, and by which he has proved himself unfit to bear the responsibility that comes from having the attention and respect of large numbers of young people. And I will not defend him while he throws them under the bus to save his own skin. They deserve better,
Ooh,
and I am done.
damn.
Thank you for listening, and take care.
What do you think?
Hello, everyone.
What? Give me. What do you think?
I just don't care. Honestly, I think that it's really, I don't know. He's just been having shady behavior for a long time. I think that his shady behavior is because he wants to stick out.
Yeah, I agree.
And at this point it's become who he is.
Yeah.
I think that if you have something in a folder to be downloaded to another to be sorted, to
Do a
me that
porn
says
folder.
that you would have a folder of stuff where it would be sorted. So
Yeah.
everybody that's oh, it was only one thing, it was this, it was
was totally,
that.
yeah.
If it's going to a folder, there's going to be other things in the folder.
Yeah. Other short stack goblins, of course.
I feel like for this video, not the whole Vaush situation, but for this video,
Yeah.
like we said before, I think it's just very telling of those parasocial relationships.
Yep.
And I think that it's unfortunate. And as always, I think the best way to show somebody how you feel
Okay.
is to stop consuming them. All a content creator has is their views. It doesn't matter. A number doesn't have a positive or negative value.
Well, it's a money value, but I understand what you're saying. Well, you get into the point where you're just looking for money. And that's the thing. Well, not for everybody, but that's the thing. That's why I think that Vaush did this on purpose. And I don't think that he thought it was going to get this big backlash. I think that, like you said, he's gotten a whole career off of being the provocative person. There's plenty of people exponentially more intelligent than Vaush and even myself talking about progressive issues in a way that's more productive and better. Jon Stewart, #1, baby. Right? And so Vaush sticks out by just saying edgy shit, and then he gets attention, and it doesn't matter to him if it's good or bad attention. He doesn't care about the long-term ramifications. And then this happened, and Ethan just happened to look at it. I really only think that he looked at it because there was nothing else to consume. And then Ethan looked at it, and he was originally he was going to be really fair, and he was. But he was like, I like Vaush, blah blah blah, and then it very quickly spiraled, and he's like, this is fucked up. And Vaush dug a hole, and he's got lolly porn on his computer probably. So.
I think that like something better, because he was like, oh, like I thought it was goblin stuff. Then he needs to come flat out and be like, I like exclusively like only am looking at like this crazy goblin shit. I am downloading stuff constantly, and like if it pops up, I'm just downloading it. So honestly, I didn't even see it to really recognize like how weird it was. So like you guys are right, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
And I'll do better to look at stuff longer, you know?
I think that
like
would have
imagine
been
if he
better.
just like said that and then it'd be like, all right. And
Like,
then,
yeah,
like,
I'm
just
so
move on.
obsessed with goblin porn that I thought I just looked at it briefly and downloaded it, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, save it for the bank later, you know?
Oh, damn, that would have been much better. Actually.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually much better. It's not it's the best I think you could excuse you ever would have been able to get.
Yeah.
That was actually the best excuse that he would ever been able to get to walk off this. I'm so obsessed with fucking goblin porn that I look at anything that like remotely resembles it, and I just download it, and I fucked up. But instead, he didn't. I mean, I feel like he jerked off to it clearly, and he's like, "It was in my sorted folder." He wanted that lolly to goblin his cock, be goblin his. Okay, enough of this. All right, well, cool. That was good. All right, done with that.